Okay, great. So now that you have this call button, you'll have this little dial pad down here. I'll just take you through a couple simple scenarios and then we can kind of go from there. First thing is going to be making an outbound call. And each time I'm just going to use my own cell phone as an example here. So basically all I'm going to do is just dial in the phone number just like what you would call any phone number and then hit call. And that's going to take about a second or two for it to sync up, and then I'm going to start getting that call on my cell phone. And then I can just answer it. Oop, I'm getting a little echo here. And that's pretty much what you can do there. Let me mute this here. Okay, so now a couple of things about that. I've got this button right here which shows people, and you can see the people involved in the call. There's also this 3 dots right here, which is more actions. This is where you're going to be able to either put the person on hold, transfer, or then do a consult and then transfer. And these are very similar to how the Polycom work. The transfer is just going to be a blind transfer, which means that when you transfer the caller ID should pass through from the original caller, and then they're going to get the call just like it's a brand new call to them. They won't even know that you ever talked to them before. And as far as they're concerned, it's a brand new, fresh call that just came in. Consult then transfer is going to be very similar to how the regular transfer on the Polycoms worked, where first you're going to call the person, they're going to answer. Then you're going to say, hey, by the way, I've got so-and-so on the phone. Do you have time to speak with them? They're going to be like, yep, sure. And then you're going to actually hit the second button again, and that's going to complete the transfer. And then the third option over here is inviting another call to the call, so like a 3-way call. And I can show you that one first. Basically, what's going to happen there is I'll just type another phone number in, but this could also be another team member in your organization. This is my office number now. And I just click it and then give it a second. It's going to make that call, and then boom, we've got a 3-way call going on here. Now, additionally, I can do additional things to these calls once they're, and I think I can have more than 3. I can keep going with that, but I can mute them. I can remove them from the meeting, or I can, pin them to the screen. So I'll just go ahead and drop this one off, and then you can see how that works.
Okay.
And then he's down here now. So that's kind of how that works. I'll show you guys the transfer. So let's see. Oops. I forgot. When you turn it into a 3-way call, it actually moves it from being an actual call to a meeting at that point. So let me call it back so you can see the transfer stuff. So now I'm in my history. If I just want to call that back again, I can just double click it. That's kind of like my call list. Here we go. Okay, so now we're in the calling mode. It was kind of interesting when I switched it to a 3-way call. It moves all the callers into a what's it called, a meeting instead. So it's a little bit different. The menu will look a little different after you do that. So now I'm going to transfer this call. So I'll transfer it, and then same thing. I'll just put my number in here, transfer, and then boom. It just takes a couple seconds, and then the call appears over on my other phone here, and now I'm connected. So I'm actually talking from my cell phone to my office phone.
Okay.
The Teams extension is no longer involved because I transferred off the system. But you could just as easily do those transfers with one of the other Teams members. So somebody inside the company, when you saw that list, here, I'll do that one more time so you can see it. Okay. So transfer, and then see, I've got my list right here of these guys. These are all developers, and then none of them are online, so I can't actually transfer to them just because it's a dev account. But if they were online, they would be green here, and you can see if they were on the call or whatever, and then I could just transfer to them basically.
Can I ask you a question for consult and transfer? Is it only consulting through chat or text and not through voice?
No, it should be voice. Let's try that actually.
Because I've tried consult and transfer, and I've only been able to chat somebody.
431. Let's see. I tried this earlier, but okay. So the call will come in. I'll answer it. Oh, sorry. And now I'm talking to them, right?
Okay.
And now when I'm done, then I hit the transfer button again. And now the actual transfer goes through. So it's a two-step process.
Okay, I'm gonna have to test that out. I actually would recommend that maybe we test that feature out with all of our users, because when I tried to speak to someone, I couldn't get it to work. So I don't know, it might just be user error on my end, but if we could notate that to test it with each user.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I mean, it should theoretically work, but maybe if you were doing it through an internal thing, then maybe it's a little bit different if you're doing it inside Teams. To be honest, I haven't tried that specific transferring it inside Teams thing. Like I've been doing it to another phone. So that could be but you might be able to do it to their Teams phone number instead of their username. Maybe that would let you do it.
Oh, maybe that's what it is, because no one's really assigned a number yet. So
Yeah, so speaking of inbound, so now we have this your number section right here. You guys should see that in your Teams client. Let me go ahead and make an inbound call now so I can show you how that looks as well. And I'm calling in from my cell phone. Not sure if it'll pop up on the left-hand screen over here. It's actually popping up on my other screen, but I'll just answer it anyway. Okay. So that was pretty much how you answer a call. And then now you have the same options as you did before on an inbound call. So there's really no difference there. That's pretty much Teams in a nutshell.